Welcome back. This is Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss. We have such a great time here each and every Thursday from 9:30 to 10 and 10 to 10:30. We meet people who have a purpose, a passion, and they love what they do, and the legal and it's moral. How much better can that be? Now, every Thursday, we have different folks on the show that hopefully can help you in your personal life and also help you in your professional life. And that's what we do here on RadioVision Network TV. It's rvntv.tv. Watch us each and every Thursday, and I think you'll really enjoy yourself. Now today, we have a really interesting guest. A lot of people out there who are in business don't really understand how to market themselves. They don't understand the purpose of marketing, the practice of marketing, and the protocols of marketing. We have someone here today who's a marketing expert. So please say hello to Rashaad Lambert. Rashaad, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for having me, Scott.
It's fantastic to have you here because I do a lot of networking in my business,
Yeah.
and I see a lot of people who don't really do it right, sometimes me included.
Yeah.
But before we go there, I want to talk about you. I
Okay,
want to
sure.
talk about where you came from,
Okay.
how you got to this business, what's your
Okay.
purpose, and what's your passion. Start out anywhere you want, but share with us your story.
Sure. I'll give you a short version of a lot of those things. So
Okay.
I'm from West Philadelphia, so I was born there and raised there. I like Will Smith. So I started there, and that's kind of where my passion comes from as well, if I skip over to that. I grew up in a neighborhood that didn't have a lot of people like me who were in business for themselves, and if they were, I just kind of, like you said in your intro, it wasn't legal. So I was inspired to create something that I could take back to my community and show all of the younger generation that this is possible, that just like I look at somebody like Will Smith and I say, because I can see that he exists, I know that that level of success from somebody from my neighborhood is possible. Exactly.
Now, what was your aha moment when it came to marketing? Because you're a marketing expert, right, first and foremost?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I get this question a lot, and I usually have like a different answer each time because I have a few different aha moments. But one of the aha moments was when I was younger, I was in a rap group. And we were trying to decide of what. This was pre-YouTube. I'm a little older than that,
You don't
that
look that
era.
old, but keep going.
I'm slightly older than that era. So we were trying to figure out how we could market ourselves, or basically differentiate within the market.
Right.
So we decided that we were going to sell things besides music. So we had like headbands and wristbands and jackets and T-shirts and keychains and belts and all types of things. Just anything that we could put our name and our logo on. And that was kind of my like introduction into like the marketing game because we were like 13 years old and coming up with like a marketing plan. So we didn't know that's what we were doing.
Right.
We were just trying to make some money. So
Right.
that was kind of my foray into the game.
Nice. So in high school, did you further along this thought process?
Absolutely.
And what did you do in high school?
Absolutely.
Did you keep doing the same thing, or?
In high school is when I actually started my first business. I used to sell white T-shirts and candy and chips and soda and a whole bunch of other stuff. We had these vending machines in our school,
Right.
and we would go up to the vending machine, and every time we would go, the price would change. It would just go up. So I'm talking early 2000s,
Right.
and they had $2 and $3 Snickers. I'm like, man, nobody wants to pay that. So I went to a wholesale club, got some stuff, put it in bags, and went back to the school, and I like undercut the vending machine for 6 months until I got caught. but I mean,
You know what? There's nothing wrong with that because you're
was a good
providing
run.
a service and a product legally,
Absolutely.
morally, and less money than the knucklehead who's charging more.
Absolutely.
Who really should be put in jail for that kind of.
Absolutely.
It's a school.
Yeah,
How
things
kids get to do that?
people don't realize that they are surrounded by new revenue opportunities every day, and they just don't like recognize them. But they may complain about about gas prices or about the price of bread or milk, and they don't realize that you can just sell your own or just create your own and just
or change your style.
Exactly.
I mean,
know.
so many people don't realize that change begins with them.
Absolutely.
Nowhere else.
Absolutely.
Now, you've had some ups and downs?
Always.
So
every day.
What have you learned about the failures of your marketing group? Because in your marketing group now, you do more than sell T-shirts. Tell us a little bit about what you do now.
Way more. So within my marketing company now, we're the only
Six Sigma?
Yeah, we're the only Six Sigma marketing company in the world. So what that means, that's how we differentiate ourselves, is we basically can come into a company that has a marketing plan or has a marketing department, and we can reformat their marketing and make it more more efficient and more effective. We don't necessarily market one particular product, but we do have one rule, is that we have to actually believe in what your product or your service is or what your business represents, because that represents us. And right now, we're undefeated, and we don't want any blemishes on our record because we didn't really believe in something, and we tried to, push forward. Yeah, push forward with a campaign, and we go half with it instead of going all the way.
So when you meet somebody, and I'm not sure who you're marketing, what's your marketing range? Who are you looking to meet?
Okay.
What do you do first, or what do you?
As far as like networking
a
or
relationship and determining what their marketing needs are.
Okay, got you. So a lot of times people have this idea about what they want to be marketed or that they're ready for marketing. And one of the things that we also do different within utilizing Six Sigma is that we have a business development.
Right?
But there's a business development piece, because there's a lot of people who come to us and say that they're ready for marketing, and they're not really ready for marketing. They don't even have a business yet. They just have an idea. And a lot of marketing companies are like they're like cash grabbers. So as soon as you say that you're ready, then they're sending you an invoice, and they're ready to take your money without really evaluating if your business can handle the level that you're going to take it to. If you start to market their product or their service, first thing you're going to get is more traffic and more business.
Do you help them with a business plan?
Absolutely.
That's great.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's so very, very important.
It's one of the most important things, because if you don't have a roadmap, then what are you actually doing?
Heading? If you don't know where you're going, how do you know you got
Exactly.
Now, I think everybody has great ideas. I have a couple I'm going to talk to you over after the show.
Sure,
I don't want the masses to find out my great idea. But having said that, it's hard. It's hard to get those ideas into concrete and crystallized situations. But we want to talk so much more about you and your marketing and who you've helped. But we have some sponsors. We got to take a message.
Sponsors. Good. Shout out to the sponsors.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a really neat guy here, Rashaad Lambert. He is a marketing guru, and he's done it all. We're going to talk more about it as soon as we're back from commercial. We'll see you in a minute.
When did you see the sign?
When I needed to jumpstart sales. Build attendance for an event.
Help people find their way. Fast Signs designed new directional signage.
And got them back on track. Get started at fastsigns.com.
I'm Laurie Andriacchio, host of RBN TV's Off the Mat. The Off the Mat is a term taken from yoga, that what you learn on your mat you take out into the world with you to create experiences and a life that you really want. So on my show, Off the Mat, I will present you with all kinds of inspiring people and tools that you can pick and choose from to help you create the life of your dreams in your own unique way. So join me here on RBN TV for Off the Mat every Thursday morning at 10:30, and I will see you. Peace.
Got a quarter?
Welcome back. This is Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss, each and every Thursday on RVN TV. We are here with Rashaad Lambert. He is a marketing guru. He's been around. He looks young, but he's been actually working since a young age in the early teens. And when we left you, we were talking about some of the things that you do for your clients.
Sure.
Let's talk a little bit more about that and then find out what you're doing in the future, too.
Okay, sure.
Let's go back and talk about what can you do for your clients? What do you do for a client? Even if they're not one of yours, you can pick a name.
Sure.
Just so people get an idea of how you approach your situations.
Okay, cool. So one of the first things that we do is called a needs analysis, where we have a conversation, or there's a form they fill out, and it tells me what they think they need. I look at what they think they need, and then we have a conversation based on my evaluation of that form, and I tell them what I think they need, and which is usually correct. And I basically want to break down the idea that marketing is tied to sales, is tied to all of these other portions of their business. And if you do not focus on your marketing, then you do not have a business, because that's how people will find out. And whether your marketing is you choose to spread the word through disciples, or if you choose to use them social media, I mean, these are all different, different methods, but you have to have, you have to start with one, and then you focus on one at a time. And then the thing about it is you have to have a projection. So if you are trying to market a product or a service, you have to think at least 2 to 3 years beyond this very moment, because then we can start at that point. So it's 2018 now. If you say, hey, Rashaad, I have this idea, I'm looking to do this, and I'll say, okay, in 2021, where is that business? And we start there, and then we work backwards, back to today. Okay, what did you do? How did you get to that place? And then we create a roadmap, and I kind of guide them through it.
Now, what's interesting about what you talk about, in my mind, it's not just marketing.
Yeah.
What you're talking about applies to life.
Yes, absolutely.
The fact that you applied it to marketing is because that's the vocation you're in.
Exactly.
But ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, if you put things in writing, it makes you think and makes you commit to what you're saying. I can sit here and talk BS to you all day long. If it's not in writing, it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But if it's in writing,
I'll come back
happens.
next week.
I didn't
Who
say
said
that? Yeah. So take a company and that maybe you usually don't have the name.
Okay.
Tell us what you've done for them and some of the marketing you've done for
Sure.
these companies.
So I can speak about things that are more recent and things that are kind of upcoming. So within the 4th of July was just, a few...
a week ago.
Yeah, about a week ago. And they have this thing in Philadelphia. It's called Wow Welcome America.
Yes.
So we partner with Wow Welcome America with one of my clients, Chill Moody, who's the Philadelphia music ambassador, and he curated his own stage within the Welcome America Festival. So there were 17 artists and DJs and different people who kind of we opened up today. So from 12 to 7, it was that. And we were basically trying to market the idea that you want to come on the Parkway early and celebrate 4th of July and do it with us, and we'll create a great experience, give you great artists. It's very family friendly, nothing, no cursing, anything, and that you can stay out there all day, and then you can get ready for the main stage. Exactly.
Now, that was, there's a live music, or is it
music?
All
live music. We had rock and rap and jazz and just pretty much
One
everything.
stage?
Other than one stage, and it was all day long.
Wow.
Now taking that, going into my Pennsylvania Care Associates is one of my clients as well, and they produce this nation's largest urban health fest. So that's on July the 28th. It's going to be on Penn's Landing.
July 28th on Penn's Landing.
Yeah.
It's called Nations.
No.
It's called what?
It's called the PA Care Health Fest.
The PA Care Health Fest.
Yeah,
okay.
but it is the nation's largest urban health festival. So none bigger.
Wow. On Penn's Landing, July 28th.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have T.I. and SWV, Estelle, Drew Hill. I'm blanking on some names,
Just
but
a bunch
it's
now
a whole bunch of
this
people.
together with lots of other
So
people?
yes. So my team, along with High Touch Inc. and along with the staff at a Pennsylvania Care Associates, a shout out to the CEO, Ms. McFadden. There's a great team over there, but it's kind of the same concept, is to create an idea about, okay, so their business is in health and wellness.
Right.
So if you work in health and wellness, how do you spread that message without telling people change your diet, go work out, go
Make it
go
an easier,
exercise?
happier way to do things.
You create a full day of events where people can be active, get engaged with the health and wellness, do yoga and all these other things outdoors, and then at the end you reward them with great live music. I mean, what else could you ask for?
No, that's a great way for people to understand how healthy it is to be healthy.
Yeah.
How good it is to be healthy.
Yeah. And I mean, a little bit of sweat never, I never
hurt anybody.
Yeah. Exactly.
Tell me about some of the other companies you might have worked for that I saw a product.
Okay.
How do you work with that?
Product. So with Cerebellum H2O, and this is a shameless plug, but this is actually my water company. But Cerebellum H2O was an idea that we kind of came up with, where we wanted to promote health and wellness again through the use of pure alkaline water. So there are a lot of of the water companies out there that claim that they are alkaline, but they use additives and things. And we had a pure, natural alkaline water, and we just wanted to not use it as a gimmick, not use it as anything, because we wanted to really explain the health benefits of the difference between spring water and what cerebellum H2O is. And there's a vast difference between the two. So how we basically did it is we let people taste it. Is we did a tasting for, I think, an entire summer. We just gave out free water. And once it was gone, then people kept asking, where can we get this from? Where can we get this from? So it's like, once they had a taste and they were telling us the difference, not even us kind of trying to tell them the difference, is they're like, okay, we know that this is different. I want this. And then we just sold out. You know, we kind of keep it seasonal, kind of like how people do like other things, but we only have it like two or three times a year, and all of the pre-orders always sell out. So it's coming back soon this fall, so I mean, get ready.
Now, I got to believe anybody can call you and have a conversation.
Of course.
So I want to
I
make
have
sure
my
you
real
call.
phone number on my business card. How many
This is
people
the
have
real
their
phone
actual
number, folks,
on their business
for
card?
Rashaad. I want you to know that, 215-730-5994.
Yep.
And what really your firm does is you rethink strategy, you rethink business opportunities.
Absolutely.
For people who bring opportunities to you,
Absolutely.
bring a situation to you.
We create new opportunities, and we create new strategies. I think a lot of times people have an idea that they've been stuck with. It's kind of like if you're a musician, like people say that you've had your whole life to make your first album because you've been focusing on this content all of your life, and you finally get to put it into project form, and then your next album, you only have 5 or 6 months before you have to turn that around. Right. So that first idea is what we want to help people to like really understand, is that we can stretch that first idea into your first 5 albums and give you a more detailed picture of what your success is going to look like.
Do you have a niche? Do you like to work with certain companies, or and what about smaller companies? What would be some ideas? I asked you 2 questions at once. Sorry.
Sure, it's fine.
You know, for a small, medium-sized company, what kind of ideas or suggestions can you give them that they should do or shouldn't do?
Sure. So if I had to pick a niche, I would say branding. What I like to do is to create a message point of a company, and then kind of build out things from there. Like, you tell me what you do, I'm going to figure out how you can be different if you have something that can like differentiate you. And then what was the other question? Sorry,
The other question was,
3 questions at once.
you know, what kind of things can people do? A couple things.
Oh, small businesses.
Small, medium,
Okay.
but quickly, you know, what could they do?
Sure.
Or shouldn't do in order to get some branding? And I do want to make a comment
Sure.
about that.
So I love to work with small businesses only because they're so idealistic. Large companies are usually kind of like set in their ways, and I have to like break down their thinking and then rebuild it.
And they're afraid to move sometimes.
What smaller companies, I think that a lot of the mistakes they make is they put so much stake in like cash flow and like capital. And what they don't realize is that not having a lot of money starting out is not really an obstacle.
To start out.
Yeah, it's not really an obstacle, because when you can just strategize it better, and you can budget your money better. So one of the first things people do is when they're having a cash flow issue is they cut out the marketing, and they're not realizing that if you cut out your marketing, then where is the money coming from? How are people going to know about your new products and new services and things of that nature? And then there's one of the other problems is that a lot of small businesses have is they say, oh, I'll invest in marketing, later on. When you're first starting out is when you need the marketing the most, because there's nothing new under the sun. So no matter what you're doing, you're already going to come into a crowded market. Right. Even if you have a unique way of doing this product or doing this service, it's still going to be crowded. And people need to know how you differentiate. It's just like how we did with Cerebellum. Everybody sells water. Yep. It's everywhere. You can go outside and get some cheap water.
But why do I want alkaline water?
Exactly. Why do I want quality alkaline water? You won't know till you taste it, or you won't know until you know the difference between the two. So that's the thing, is we invested early on heavily into the marketing and made it so we were able to give away so much free water. It cost me a lot of money. It wasn't.
The message was clear.
Exactly.
Stay with us. We have some more to talk about.
Okay.
I am with Rashaad Lambert, who is the CEO of Sporty Marketing Group. This guy will make sure your company is branded properly, and you're marketed and you're advertised properly. But the most important thing he'll do is make you understand what you want to do with your company and maybe direct you. Stay with us. We'll be back after these messages.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Welcome back. This is Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss. We're here each and every Thursday on RadioVision Network TV. I'm with Rashaad Lambert, the CEO of Sporty Marketing Group. He has so much experience, and his breadth and depth of knowledge with respect to marketing and branding is something that you really have to call and talk to him about. I want to give you that number one more time. That's 215-730-5994. Rashaad, I know you like to talk to people and see if you can help them, so I hope that they can call you no matter what, and you'll deal with the phone calls.
Call,
I'm
email,
telling you right now, guys,
social media,
call, email, whatever it is, get a hold of him and talk about what you want to do. He'll straighten you out or work with you, or maybe the most important thing is being honest with you to make sure you understand what you're getting into.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about your T-shirt.
Okay.
It says Forbes. I mean, Forbes the culture.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
So Forbes the Culture is an organization that was formed at the last Forbes 30 Under 30 conference last October in Boston. I've worked on a few of the Forbes conferences since the first one back in 2014. When it was in Philadelphia. And one of the things that I noticed is that there was a lot of congregation with other ethnic groups. So there were people who were from the Asian community. They would congregate, and people who were from like the Indian
You mean like
community.
a high school dance?
Yeah.
The boys over here and the girls
exactly.
over here?
Okay. But one of the things that I noticed, and that I've noticed often, is I go to a lot of business conferences that there weren't a lot of like African Americans who would congregate or like come together, because it has like a negative perception around that.
Some sort of
stigma.
Yeah. Or I don't even know. But
Yeah. So I wanted to fix that. So I organized a dinner to gather, just 20 or 30 people together just to talk about, they were at the Forbes Under 30 conference, and this is a group of people who were on the Forbes list. Right. So, but we all still come from, these impoverished communities, and we all have an idea of how we want to help them, but we just don't know where to start. So I wanted to gather us together and try to just have a conversation about how we could give back to these communities, even though we're with Forbes and doing all of these things now, but we're still the same people who we were from where we come from. So we started with 20 people, and by the end of the night, there was like 200 and something people there. It was unplanned, and we formed a bond that night that we named Forbes the Culture, and we gathered together just this May in Israel, and then we're going to gather again in August in Miami of Forbes the Culture Weekend. We're going to have a Shabbat dinner, and we're going to learn about that, about Jewish culture and how these things all tie in together. So it's not necessarily a black organization. It's more so about how we can champion, diversity amongst all cultures. Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what this country was founded upon.
Exactly.
You don't care who you are. Give me your tired, your poor, your humble message. You're to be free.
Exactly.
You have a great, you have an advantage, even though you may not know it, of your background. As difficult as it was, because it was somewhat difficult compared to lots of other backgrounds. It gave you a spine. It gave you a mental approach that I'm sure you over-succeeded what many people would have thought.
Absolutely, but I'm
And
supposed to be
don't
dead
stop
right
now.
now. So
Don't stop now.
No,
Now, I
not
want
at
you
all.
to do me a favor. Speak into this camera.
Sure.
And I want you to tell them how to get a hold of you.
All right.
And your email, your phone, and your clothes size, whatever it is you want to tell them.
Okay. So Scott gave my phone number several times, but
Do it again.
my email address is Rashaad, RASHAAD, at sportymarketing.com. My website is sportymarketing.com. You can find me on Instagram at king_spit, because if thou doth not proclaim of thyself a king, who shall? And then my phone
It's
number
good to be
is
king, I think
yes.
someone once said.
I mean, sometimes heavy weighs the crown.
Yes.
215-730-5994.
I want to tell you, it's been a pleasure having you here, Rashaad.
Absolutely, sir.
You have some
Pleasure
great
to meet you.
ideas.
Thank
I want you to come back
Sure,
after
will do.
July 28th, that health care symposium,
Will do.
outdoor workshop, great get-together,
Pennsylvania Care
whatever you
Health
want to
Fest.
call it. Yeah, the PA
Absolutely,
Care.
yes.
I think it's fabulous. I want you to talk to us more about it. Promise you'll get back. to
Absolutely.
talk to us.
Like, I'll bring some friends next time.
That'd be great. This is Scott Tanker, host of Breakfast with the Boss. We're here each and every Thursday from 9:30 to 10 and 10 to 10:30. We hope you enjoy our show. Our goal is to meet people who have a purpose and a passion, and they're here to help. What's better than that? Have a great week. We'll see you next time.